Good morning, Mark Murphy, and I'm here with Rafael Chapur from Palace Resorts, and he's the Chief Operating Officer. And Rafael, all this week we're going to be broadcasting from your office here in Miami. First thing that travel agents want to know is what's the state of travel to Mexico in general right now?
Well, first, thank you for coming down and having me here. I
Glad
really
to be here.
appreciate it. Well, Mexico has having isolated incidents in the borders. People have the perception that Mexico is overall struggling as a country. But we have a lot of destination areas where tourists frequently visit us. Cancun, Riviera Maya. It's 100% safe for everybody to go.
So if I'm a travel agent and I've got a customer, because they hear the Mexico travel warnings, and ironically I just saw some of the economic news on Mexico, which is the unemployment rate is hovering around 5% and GDP was growing at almost 4%. So it's kind of interesting when they say Mexico is struggling, it's actually performing at a much higher level economically than the US today. But what should the agents focus on when it comes to selling Mexico? Is it the resort areas? Just concentrate on that? Stop talking about Mexico in general?
I would focus on the hot destinations, which are Cancun, Riviera Maya, Riviera Nayarit, Cozumel, and all the attractions that we have, the Mayan ruins, a lot of attractions that we have that other countries don't have to display.
Right. Now, what about Palace Resorts in particular? So you've been doing some things a little differently. I was just down in Mexico, had a great time at LeBlanc, and you had brought in a special act to Moon Palace. Talk about that.
We brought Shakira. We had a big concert, 22,000 people joined us, and it's something that we want to have all the time. We want to have a concert in December. It's basically bringing Cancun back to the map, showing that it is safe to come. It's a lot of attractions that other destinations are not doing.
Right.
And we want to have 2 or 3 of those concerts a year.
What does that mean? So I'm a travel agent. I'm trying to sell a destination. Shakira was there. People like Beyonce come down. Brad Pitt was just down in Cancun with his wife. They're married, right?
Yeah.
Essentially, they are married, right?
Still,
I always get confused whether they're married or not married. What is the what does that send in terms of a message, and how can the agent leverage that message about the stars coming down to sell more travel?
Well, I think if the stars are there, they are more worried about their safety than the general public. So they're coming down there, they're safe, they're talking about it, tweeting about it, they're enjoying their vacations there. I get calls from celebrities all the time that want to go down there to Cancun, to LeBlanc, to the Moon Palace. So I think they could leverage the fact that if everybody's coming and it's safe, I think the perception has been hurting Mexico lately. So I think the best thing to do is say it's safe. We show the numbers. It's a lot of numbers showing that Cancun's a lot safer than the safer states in Mexico, in the United States, sorry. And just use all those facts. Instead of just saying perception in Mexico, we'll just get down to the facts that we'll be glad to give, and just use the pure numbers.
And common sense. It's really a common sense thing. When I flew back from Cancun to Philadelphia, it was about 1,500 miles flying, and the distance to the border and some of the issues is about 1,300 miles from Cancun. So when you really put it in geographic perspective, it doesn't make any sense to have any concern. Last thing I want to ask you about is just Palace Resorts from an all-inclusive standpoint. What does that mean for the agent selling your all-inclusive product versus some other choices out there?
What we do is we have one price. It includes everything, so the agent makes the full commission on that price. If an agent sells a cruise ship, they could sell $1,500, then they upsell inside the cruise, and they make little commission.
So what do you mean by that when you say that it's $1,500 and they provide an upsell?
So let's say if a guest buys a cruise ship, they pay the $1,500 for the cruise, and then they have to pay for food, drinks, all the additional expenses, and the agent doesn't make money on that. In Palace, we charge one price, it includes everything already, so the agent makes the commission on the full price.
And just to clarify, the food on some of the, when you say the upsell, it's more like the specialty restaurants and things like that on the cruise ship, because the food is covered.
We include all of our specialty restaurants, all the liquors are included, everything's 100% included, tax, tips. The price that they sell for is a price that we don't include anything else.
All right, so you're hearing it from Rafael Chapur with Palace Resorts. All this week, we're going to be broadcasting from Palace Resorts, giving you some insights into how to sell honeymoons, destination weddings, and other insights into selling travel. I'm Mark Murphy. Thanks, Rafael.
Thank you.
We'll see you tomorrow.